2 minutes, I think we can just start presenting the speakers or the webinarists. I don't know how to call it right now in this online, in this moment. So thank you very much, Xavi, for having us. And thank you very much, Sophie. I don't know, because really we would like to know more about DEX. I think Binance has a lot of projects. They have a lot of really things like staking, I don't know, a lot of things. So, but in that case, I think Index probably is one of the, for me, the most potential project, but we don't know too much about that project. So it would be really, really appreciate. We really appreciate that you can share with us where is the state, what you can do, yes, to try to use it in, and the difference and the trade-off between the traditional Binance that probably a lot of people know and the DEX. So thank you very much, and please welcome to our group.
Thank you very much, Jesus. Sophie, if you are ready, I think we can start. Sophie?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Let me share my screen with you.
We are going to record the session in order to share with all the community. In order people can know that we are going to record and to share also, because there are a lot of people in our community that we will probably share what's after that.
Okay, cool. So hello guys. Thanks for having me here today. And my name is Sophie, and I'm a Binance angel, and I have been following closely with the development of Binance Chain and Binance DEX since its launch. And so today I'm going to give you like a short presentation. So I mainly talk about like what is Binance Chain and what is Binance DEX and how to get involved, like how to trade there, get listed, and other stuff. And then I can show you some real demo about how to do it. Then if you have further questions, we can discuss it later. So let me give you a general introduction of Binance Chain. So Binance Chain, it's first of all, it's software, blockchain software. It's developed by Binance, the company, and its and with a lot of contribution from the community. So it's like Binance is trying to Binance Chain is trying to achieve like a version of a decentralized exchange that is DEX for digital assets. So you can unlike Bitcoin, it uses a proof of stake, a POS based consensus, and it's built on top of a consensus software named Tendermint. It's a BFT consensus, and with that, you can the Binance Chain produce blocks very fast, and the blocks are produced by several very qualified validators. Right now, we have 11 on the mainnet, and Binance Chain is very, very fast. It produces block in less than a second, and the block has instant finality. That means that once a transaction is recorded on the block, it can never be reverted. So in this way, with the fast blocking, we can achieve a very high throughput. And the native token on Binance Chain is the BNB. So you need to pay your fees, like transaction fees and or trading fees in BNB. Oops. You know, Binance Chain was launched like in April last year, so it's only been running for 1 year, and we can see that its ecosystem is growing, and you know its block height is already over like 80 million, and there are a lot of like 48 480,000 addresses, and we have a lot of contributors from community and have a large community on Telegram. So you can see that the people, more and more people are joining Binance Chain. So, in last year, Binance Chain has 4 major upgrades. So the upgrades are used to introduce new features and improvements for the blockchain software. So all these new features and all the new features are explained in BEP, which is short for Binance Evolution Proposal. It's like what you heard with the EIP in Ethereum space. So you can if you want you can go to this GitHub and see the discussion about the BEPs, and even you can also post a new one if you want to try to achieve something new on top of Binance Chain. Oh, and now I want to talk about the tokens on Binance Chain. So, so the Binance Chain has put up a new token standard that is the BEP2 token standard. So all the tokens and assets are follow this standard. So this standard is very simple. It's like ERC20, and you can anyone can issue a token, and you provide your name, the symbol, and you define total supply, and you define whether this token is inflationary or not. So after that, you can after that you issue it, you can get it transferred between accounts and or freeze or burn something in the future. And so other than BNB, and Binance has issued a stable coin, USD stable coin, BUSD on Binance Chain, and it's fully regulated stable coin, and it has a very large it has a very large volume on DEX, and also to help the traders to get hold of the other popular crypto assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Binance has issued the PAC tokens on Binance Chain, so you can trade these popular assets on Binance Chain, even though they are originally on another blockchain network. Okay, so that's my presentation about a general introduction of Binance Chain, and now we can take a look at the Binance DEX. So the the primary purpose of Binance Chain is to build only one decentralized application, only one dApp on it, that is Binance DEX. So we want to use Binance DEX to be a very performant decentralized exchange, and can handle matching of millions of volumes in a very short time. So you can see that this is a trading page on Binance Chain Web Wallet, and we can go to go to details later. And to understand what is a decentralized exchange, let's talk about what is centralized exchange first. So the centralized exchange like Binance or Coinbase, they are very performant. They have very strong servers that their match engine is running, and so they are capable of dealing a very large trading volume, and their systems are better tested. That's the most popular centralized exchanges are built. So on the other hand, the Binance DEX has this match engine as an application on this blockchain. So it uses periodic auction to match all available orders, and Binance DEX only accept limit orders. So the process of listing new trading pairs is decided by on-chain governance. So the Binance chain validators will vote on listing proposals. So in this way, it's kind of permissionless and censorship resistant. So let me talk more about the whole procedure of getting listed on Binance DEX. Basically, there are 3 steps. First, you need to issue a BEP2 token on Binance Chain, and then you submit a proposal. This is composed of 2 parts. First, you need to submit a submit proposal transaction on into the blockchain network, and also you need to follow this this topic and to write a post to explain your project, the usage of your token, and to explain to the validators. And after the validators review it, they will vote. They will vote for your proposals on the blockchain, and then you can see how many votes you get. After your proposal is passed, you can finally send the list transaction, and after that your token is listed against the BNB on Binance DEX. So so how long will it take? The time it depends on different projects. So it's not standard. And so the cost for listing a new trading pair is a little more than 1,500 BNB, because you need to spend 5,000 to first issue 500 BNB to first issue a token, and then submit a proposal, and the list also costs the BNB. So so that is how much you need to pay for getting listed. And yeah, I'm sure that there are a lot of like wallet providers or payment service providers who are who wish
Sophie,
to have I'm sorry.
wait a minute, Sophie. About I will ask you a question later about how to list, or some question about the listing issue, because that's really interesting for a lot of projects in Spain. Anyway, now follow, but only to before you start the.
Oh, so you want to see how to maybe how votes is happening?
See, in that, so in that, yes. So when you say means asset, where do you
yeah.
what do you mean? Every
Yes.
asset, or in order to? In the how much does it cost?
Sorry.
In how much does it cost? You say that there are some. Well, we will follow the presentation, and after that I can do out of question, because I think in the issue how to issue some token, it's really very interesting, because yeah, a lot of people usually ask about that. Yeah.
The previous slide.
Oh,
Virtual.
okay. So issue token is just send an issue transaction to the network, and
Yes. So the thing is, well, I will ask after your presentation. Really interesting.
okay. Okay, so Binance. So I mean, if you try to like build a service on top of Binance Chain, you may want to run your own full node. So the process is very straightforward. You can just follow this follow the guideline from GitHub to download the full node binary first, then edit some configuration, and after that you will start syncing. And Binance to sync a Binance chain full node is very fast. It only costs less than an hour, about 45 minutes. Yeah, it's much faster compared to compare syncing and Bitcoin node. If you ever have some troubles, you can follow the guides in the documentation site to find some solutions. And also, if you do not want to run your own node, the Binance Chain development team has provide a list of data sync node, which are full nodes to provide some API services. So you can read the Swagger doc to understand the RPC API, and also there are advanced services provided by accelerated nodes. They have more advanced API functions. And also, Binance Chain has SDKs in all the popular programming languages. You can choose one and start building your own applications. And also, if you are very good at it, very good at cryptographic or other security stuff, we have the Binance has launched a bug bounty a program with bug crowd, and feel free to submit what you have found. And yeah, the last one is this slide is about how to get closely update how to get the latest update from Binance Chain team. You can join the forum or follow us on follow the announcement channel to get the latest news. Okay, so I will give some demo about the Binance chain. So, okay, so first you can see that this is the homepage of Binance chain, and since Binance Chain recently announced the smart chain, so you can see that there is a new section about the white paper, and on top of that, it's the market info of Binance DEX. So to follow the questions about how to issue your own tokens, yeah, you can see that it's quite straightforward. So once you create you create a wallet on Binance Chain, you can follow this guide and click on the issue token buttons, and then you just type in the symbol and the total supply and name, and after you click the issue button, a new BEP2 token will be issued. So I think does that answer your question?
Yeah. Well, we have another question in the chat that
Oh,
say
sorry,
that
I missed that.
it's possible to know the staking requisites for the Binance node. What are the rewards?
Oh, yeah. I think that part of details is still not published. Myself is quite curious too, but I'm sure that we can get more updates from the team.
Okay, perfect. And
Yeah.
about the issue the
Yes,
tokens.
and yeah.
About the issue the token, my question is, so I think you have some cost. One is for issue the token, and for mint, you have also, so every time you mint, and I understand a token, you have a fee, as I understand, no? Or you can,
Yes.
or you can mint, I don't know, 100 tokens, and it's the same fee. How is, or you mint it in
Oh
the,
yeah. No matter how much you mint,
okay.
it's the same. So one difference in feature, one difference in Binance Chain is that the transactions don't cost by gas or gas fees. The transaction fees are static. So no matter how congested the network is, you only pay this amount of BNB for your transactions. It's not
Okay.
like on Ethereum, when the network is congested, you pay a higher gas fee.
Okay. What do you recommend for a project that want to list a token in Binance? First, probably to do index, or it's a question of cost, or what do you think is the best? A token that is issued index can move to the Binance central exchange. What do you recommend for the project in Spain? Because here we have a lot of projects in Crypto Plaza that probably we would like to list the tokens. What do you recommend?
Yes, I think previously there are like 2 or 3 tokens uh, who got listed on Binance after they get listed on DEX. I think those 2 projects are like, I think I remember one is like a Tomo Chain, and I think they demonstrate that the token is they have a large use base and they have actual value. Yeah, I think and the trading status and the trading volume is quite high on Binance.
Okay.
On Binance DEX.
Okay. About trading, what are the best things to trade in the DEX, and what are the best things to trade in
Yeah,
Centralized?
I think I'd like to like introduce you guys about the trading interface a little bit, because
Okay.
it's kind of different than Binance.com.
Perfect.
So you can see that we have a standard like trading view in the middle, and right now we have 4 markets: the BNB market, BTC, altcoin, that is ETH, that is Ethereum, and then we have fiat market. And so if you want,
Wait a moment. Are you sharing the screen, because we see the presentation but not the Binance?
Oh, sorry. Let me try again.
Yes. Sir.
For everyone, I added some comments here on the presentation in the chat about the community vote and the listing on the Binance DEX and Binance.com if you want to check.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I will first
Yes, we will see. We see right now.
go over this.
We are
Yeah,
seeing
I
you.
think you guys. Yeah, the trading wheel, the whole trading interface is a little different than Binance.com. So you can see that we have 4 markets. Yeah, BNB, BTC, altcoin, and the fiat. And you can see the trades, previous history trades here in section, and the order book is on the right. So if you want to send like a limit order, you can fill in the data here, and after that you can see your order history, and you can host here. So and I'd like to show you guys about how to use the Explorer to see the listing proposals. For example, if you try to see who has submit a new one, you can select this type and search for that. Let us select this one, then you can see that this proposal is submitted by this wallet, and he wants to list this coin against the BUSD. So he deposited 1,000 BNB. Yeah, this amount is multiplied by like more zeros, and the voting period is in nanoseconds, so it's about a week, and now the status of this listing proposal is passed because they have got all the yes vote from validators. So I think this guy, they can list, they can then go ahead and list this coin against the BUSD. Okay, and I'd like to show you a video about how to trade on Binance DEX too. So it's how to trade with Trust Wallet.
Sophie, we have a question here in the chat.
Okay.
They are asking if anyone can spin up a node, and what's the procedure to become a validator node?
I think to be a validator on smart chain, you need to be the most top 21 most staked BNB holders. So yeah, for Binance Chain, you can run a full node. It's totally open, but yeah, for the smart chain, it depends on your staked BNB amount.
Okay, so for the smart chain, the new chain, only the first 21 who have more BNB will be able to have a validator node, more or less like EOS, right?
Yes, and yes, but right now as a full node, you don't collect fees or get compensated. It's most of full nodes in Binance Chain are running by like the wallet providers or other exchanges. They want like a secure data source of the latest block.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that some guys are asking about the fees.
Yeah, so in the Binance Smart Chain, I guess with the staking, the validators will receive compensations for these nodes, correct?
Yes. Yeah. To summarize, Binance Chain don't have gas, the concept of gas. So the fees are static for all type of transactions. So you can see the table here. But for the trading fees, it's a little different. So you can pay your trading fees in BNB or other tokens. So
And so they are asking also what's the timeline for the smart chain, when it's going to be ready, if it will be this year, and if also we will have any testnet available soon.
yeah, I think I think CZ mentioned like the testnet is not far, and yeah, I'm sure that there will be more updates. For right now, since it's advertised as EVM compatible, so I'm sure that you can easily migrate your dApps from Ethereum to Binance Chain.
And smart chain will be available this year, correct? Sophie?
Sorry?
The smart chain will be available this year, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what's in the CD's AMA.
Okay.
Xavi, I have put a question that there are some projects that right now are building on top of Binance Chain. I have put a link of one of them. Do you know more about what projects right now are doing things on Binance Chain and that kind of possibility?
So you mean?
So like how the use cases?
Yes, if you know what are the main projects over the Binance chain, if there are some place or you know some important project that are right now being developed on top of Binance chain.
Yes, I think I think this year there are several payment channels built on top of Binance Chain because Binance Chain is very fast and it has instant finality, so it's quite easy to use it as a gateway for payment. So it's the fee is quite low, and you can we have the stable coin BUSD on top of it, so you can use BUSD to pay your fees.
Do we have any website to check all these projects at the same time? I don't think so, right?
Website. So I think if you follow the forum, you can see that there are different projects who are these are the updates, latest updates from projects in Binance Chain. So some like this is Tomo Chain's mainnet updates and Casa. Yeah.
Interesting.
And can we go back to the slide about the listing cost?
Yes. Let me go switch back.
Okay. Because we had a few questions about this before on chat, but I guess that if we are recording, people won't be able to see this later. I'm not sure. Okay. So yeah, let's wait for her to share the slide. Okay. Yes, so these are the cost for like issuing a token, listing, etc. in the Binance DEX. Paulo, I think he asked before about what's the process to be listed on the Binance DEX and the Binance.com. So if you want to be listed in Binance DEX, here you have the fees. And if you want later to be listed on the Binance.com after being in the Binance DEX, you can, because we have something called community vote, where users are asked to select 2 coins, like between 2 coins, and during a week, the coin who has more votes will be listed on Binance.com. But all of them have to be previously in the Binance DEX, and they have to be a Binance token BIP2. And but also, if you want to be listed directly to the Binance.com, we have what we call Launchpad, the initial exchange offering, and you have to fill a special form, and our Launchpad team will evaluate your project and will decide if it's worth to be listed in Binance.com.
And what do you recommend? Sorry, what do you recommend?
Yeah.
What are the typical, if there are projects here in CryptoPaza that wants to be listed in Binance, what do you recommend to begin with DEX? After that?
Yeah, I suggest to try first a Launchpad because it's really interesting. But if you are not accepted, you always have this second option about being listed in the Binance DEX. And then you know that you will have a second chance to be listed in Binance.com, but it's not sure. So if you are listed in Binance DEX, it doesn't, how can I say it? It's not 100% sure that you will be listed also on Binance.com, but you have the chance. Okay, and the community vote works like this. Every user who holds more than 50 BNB will have at least 1 vote. So every 50 BNB will be 1 vote, and you can have a maximum of 500 BNB, meaning 10 votes. And you just need to ask your users or your community to vote for you during this community vote week, and the winner will be listed. Okay. But again, you have to be always first Binance token.
Okay, and another question about the difference between DEX, centralized, and futures right now. What are your main recommendation about how to use Binance in the different ways to trade crypto assets?
Are you comparing Binance DEX with futures?
Well, Binance DEX with Binance DEX with DEX with decentralized. Well, no, centralized first. So first, the comparison will be from DEX to the traditional, and after that, probably you want to be leveraged. This is another issue for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, so basically we have these both options because some users may not be able to have an account in Binance.com, some countries, but also because in Binance DEX you are the owner of your coins. You have your keys, you have your coins. In Binance.com is centralized and you don't. So we have this both exchange for different targets.
Okay, perfect.
Also because we believe that in the future the decentralized exchange will have like more important role. So we created this this product, and we hope that we will see an increase of volume in the future. The average volume in Binance DEX is between 500,000 and 1 million per day. But I think the all-time high is around 2 million or something like this.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if other people have some question, please, moment to make the question right now to Sophie or to Xavi. Okay.
Yeah, another question that we said here in the chat, it was about the staking. So the staking BNB staking will be available in the smart chain, but we don't have more information yet. And once we have it, we will share in the Crypto Plaza chat and with the community.
Okay. Questions? Alejandro, I know you put the microphone. Okay, I have other question about the Binance DEX. Are you going to create some kind of DeFi application on top of Binance? Are you like doing some kind of things about that, or is depend on the community, or what do you know right now are the strategy of the chain? Because right now you are going to have like a chain like in order to build on top of that.
I think DeFi can be, I think most popular DeFi protocols can be migrated to Binance Smart Chain in the future. And once we have that, we have Binance DEX. That is like a very performant trading venue for those DeFi assets, and we have like DeFi protocols running on smart chain like in parallel.
Okay, perfect. Another question I will say about Binance token. Right now, what are the main advantages to have BNB? You know, what are the things that I understand that we can do a lot of things here in this change. So that for sure is a good thing. No, you can vote.
Yes. So if you are a BNB holder and you trade on Binance DEX, you can get like a discount of trading fees.
Okay, it's more it's similar, no? What is sometimes happening in the centralized, no?
Yes.
Yes. Also in the centralized exchange, if you hold BNB, you can there's a feature that you can turn on and turn off to have a discount on your trading fees. It's like the maximum fee that you will have in Binance Exchange is 0.1%. But if you hold BNB, it's 0.075%. And if you have more trading volume, it will be lower. But also holding BNB allows you to not only vote what coin will be listed on Binance Exchange, but also, for example, for the Launchpad, it gives the user the rights to acquire a ticket for the lottery. For the Launchpad, we have kind of a lottery because many users want to access this Launchpad. This is initial exchange offering, so we have to select only few. And so we create a ticket, and every ticket has a right to purchase a specific amount of coins. So if you hold, for example, 50 BNB, you have the right to claim one ticket, but it doesn't mean that you will have a winner ticket. So you have, it's like when you buy the lottery for Christmas in Spain, you buy many tickets, but it doesn't mean that you will have a winner ticket, right? So, but if you have a winner ticket, it allows you to purchase this coin at the initial exchange offering price. Then when it goes to the market, it's supposed to be in a higher price, but you already will have these coins and you will be able to sell.
Okay, another question about if I have, well, I know that because I have a Binance account and a DEX account. Can you explain a little bit how you can move asset from one account to another? What kind of asset we can move?
Sorry,
if I have a Bitcoin in Binance DEX, I can move it to Binance Centralized, my account.
Yeah.
No? If you can explain a little bit what kind of asset you can move and how it works.
So, yeah, Sophie, if you want, I can explain this. Okay, well, so in Binance.com, the centralized exchange, you have many options when sending coins there. So we accept different blockchains. For example, if you want to withdraw USDT, you have three options. You have Tron chain, you have Omni, and you have Ethereum, so RC20 USDT. So the same happens when you want to send coins from the Binance DEX to the Binance Centralized, Binance.com. If you have Bitcoin in Binance DEX, that is BIP2 token, is a Binance token backed by Bitcoin, you have the option to deposit the BIP2 token when sending Bitcoin. So you will have two chains. You will have the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain, and the Binance blockchain when sending Bitcoins to Binance. So once you send it to Binance, it will be held there. And if you want to withdraw again this Bitcoin to another wallet that it's not a Binance wallet, so it has only the Bitcoin blockchain, you can. So what more or less is happening when you send the coins to Binance is that you are able to swap between chains. So you will be always able to send an Ethereum or a Bitcoin from Binance DEX to the centralized exchange, and then to send back to an Ethereum or a Bitcoin address.
Okay, perfect. So last questions, really interesting, I think. Well, I don't know, you can ask this question is, in terms of BNB value, what do you think the DEX can really affect to the price? I think probably a question that you can, I don't know, you can answer or not.
I think I can answer this because we have a similar case. For example, when the market was in a bull run and the price of the coins increased, we decreased the trading fee and the withdrawal fees because the price of every coin was higher, so we had to change it. I guess if BNB increased like a lot, we also will decrease these fees, like the listing fee, the issue asset fee, etc. Because it's not the same paying $10,000 than $100,000.
Yeah, sure. And the other thing, the last question, the BUSD, as you know, it's very hot right now. Stable coins are a very hot topic. What can you say us about BUSD?
So well, it's our own stable coin based working in the Binance blockchain. You can use it if you don't want to use other coins like Tether or TrueUSD. Actually, we have, I think, 5 different stable coins in Binance. So it's quite a lot compared to our competitors. But for example, holding BUSD allows you to do to participate in Binance savings. It's what we called in the past Binance lending, but we changed the name because we are giving around right now, I think 10% and up to 15% for
Yes.
holding BUSD of annual interest. The 15% it's only for 30 days. So here's the trick. But if you want to hold longer, like we have the flexible lending, we are giving, I believe, around 3% right now, but it depends on other things. So I think it's a different topic. If you want, we can have a different webinar, but you have like many possibilities holding BUSD, not only use this as a stable coin. So if you check Binance Savings, you don't need to log in to check this information. You will see how much are we paying for every coin in annual interest. But just to make it clear, this interest is not paid from the Binance holdings. It's paid by users that are doing margin trading. So if you are doing margin trading and you want to, I don't know, borrow coins, you are going to borrow these coins from users that are doing Binance Savings. So we are just the middleman between these two users. Okay. That's why you are receiving a daily interest, because you are borrowing, you are giving coins to other users that are doing margin trading, and they pay daily interest for holding these coins.
Okay,
was it clear, more or less?
Yes. I think that's no. It's really for sure we have to look at that return, because I think right now the interest rate over the crypto dollar or the dollars over crypto are really interesting. So thank you very much. I know you want to add more about Binance DEX. We will be we will follow a lot of what is happening in Binance chain, because I think they have a lot of potential, even if they, as Sophie says, they will be developed short DeFi things and other things. And right now it's also a very good opportunity to list the tokens for projects from our community. So really happy to know more about that. I know you want to add more about what you have explained before we finish the online meetup.
Yeah, Sophie, if you want to add something more.
No, I'm good here.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much all the people who stay here. We will publish an article and we will explain how to make a account in Binance DEX also. We will for sure update all the information about Binance DEX. We think really, thank you very much, Xavi and Sophie. We appreciate your time and your explanations. We think it's a project for sure will be an impact in the space. So really nice to know more about this initiative.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.